Hey everybody, 𝐬𝐻𝐼LA here, former field biologist turned late-stage Lyme disease survivor, here to read a little bit from my book, The Lyme-𝐬𝐝 Survival Guide. This is coming from the introduction. It's a little bit of my story, so get ready. Here we go. Lying in bed, unable to feel my arms and legs from a mysterious illness, I was almost fascinated by what was going on, if only it wasn't happening to me. I'd been an active field biologist only weeks before. Now my body was completely shutting down. My doctors and I were stumped as test after test came back negative. I was being referred from specialist to specialist. My health was declining rapidly. I began to lose cognitive abilities and develop vision problems. I lost my depth perception and ability to drive. I can't tell you how many dishes I broke trying to put it down a glass, thinking the table was closer to me than it was. I developed a terrifying memory problem that my doctor was calling intermittent amnesia. I was having daily panic attacks, and no one seemed to know what was happening. Eventually, I went to see the, air quotes, best gastroenterologist in the city. The guy had no bedside manner, and as I cried, trying to explain the long list of symptoms I was going through, he bluntly suggested I ask my general doctor for a Lyme disease test. I remember leaving that appointment feeling like I had just been blown off. I asked my doctor to do a Lyme test simply to rule it out. To my complete surprise, a few weeks later, I was told I had an unequivocally positive Lyme test. My first response is, that can't be right. Isn't Lyme disease just an East Coast problem? With these results, my doctor explained, the test had come back IgM and IgG positive, meaning I had the acute and chronic markers for Lyme disease. I didn't know a thing about Lyme disease, but my doctor said it could explain all the mysterious symptoms I had been experiencing over the last 4 years. Once I had the late-stage Lyme disease diagnosis, I imagined I'd be placed on some kind of healing conveyor belt. My doctors would surely know what to do. Now my only responsibility is to rest and heal, I thought. Little did I know the diagnosis would only reveal one layer of a complex and controversial illness that would require complex treatment and years of healing. There was so much conflicting information online, my doctors didn't have many answers for me. With loads of unanswered questions, I started scouring PubMed for peer-reviewed studies and the latest treatment options. It was incredibly difficult to wrap my mind around what was happening through all the brain fog, headaches, and fatigue. Years later, in hopes of making it easier for others, I began writing out my countless hours of research, what I have learned through my own healing journey, and what I've learned by mentoring other Lyme patients. Over time, this guidebook slowly took shape. It's filled with the things that I wish I had known from the beginning. My hope is this information leaves you feeling empowered and brings ease to your healing journey. Check out my book, The Lyme-𝐬𝐝 Survival Guidebook. It's on Amazon, Kindle, and my website, 𝐬𝐻𝐼LA.com.